Hey guys, we got four that we're going to look at today. One's a gimme that's going to happen. You're looking at it right here. The other one was a gimme that didn't happen, not going to happen. We got to make a change as someone sniped our pick. And then we got two more drafts. One of those, we got to choose from a couple of running backs. And then I don't remember what the other one is. We'll find out as we go along. Okay. So on this one here, we're in the seventh round. We have bypassed running back altogether. We have three, four, five wide receivers and a tight end. And our plan in this one, and this is the gimme that happened, is we're gonna take Kyler Murray here. And then because we have Chase and Higgins, we're gonna hope that Joe Burrow falls to us at pick 91. We dominate the Cincy players, right, with the two that we have. So I think there's a good bet that we get him. Most of the teams have a quarterback except the team right before us, but they have McLaurin, and so they might be inclined to go with Jaden Daniels if he's available, as opposed to going with Joe Burrow. So I think this should work. Jane Daniels a little bit later, but they got to take him then or they won't get him at all, I believe, because 91, they're at 90. That means they'd be picking after me all the way over here. They're at 103. So they might be able to get Jane Daniels as well, but that'd be risky to grab an uncorrelated Joe Burrow by them. So I'm pretty sure that I can get Kyler Murray and Joe Burrow here. And then after that, we're just playing the draft as many running backs as you can. The nice thing about that is when we get into round 10, we're going to have some interesting plays at running back, most likely. We're going to have people like Trey Benson, who I'd like based on my team. We're going to have people like Javonte Williams, who I like based on the bring back with Cincinnati. I like Robinson and Spears. We got Chase Brown, who's going to correlate with my Cincinnati stack too. So we got a lot of players to choose from. And we got Lloyd, who could correlate with Watson. We got a lot of options here to choose from to try to make this team work. So I feel like we're in a good place. Zero RB build. Really stretching it on this one. We'll see what happens. Kyler Murray is the pick. Okay. Next one here. This is the draft where I ended up getting Jefferson in the first round at pick number 8, I believe it was. 8, yeah, pick 8. I got Jefferson. And I was so close to having Wilson or Gibbs fall to me in the second round. That would have been so sweet. Some people went a little drafted players early in Ayuk and Williams, whatever. They're doing what they want to do. I was hoping to get Gibbs or Wilson, but I will take London here and have an interesting start with London and Jefferson. I feel like when you get Jefferson past ADP and then you get London past ADP, when the next round comes, we just take the best player available based on ADP, maybe just to keep this going. And that might be someone like Neighbors or Metcalf. I get a lot of Neighbors. I don't get much Metcalf. I'd be happy with either of them. I guess Diggs would be fine as well. Wouldn't mind that. I don't have any Diggs recently, and I don't have any Metcalf really in these. Actually, more if it was a tiebreak between these two, I think Chicago and Minnesota correlate in the playoffs. I don't know if it's not week 17, but there is some interesting correlations between Chicago, Minnesota, Green Bay, and Seattle. So, there's Seattle right there too. So I'm not sure which ones go with which ones, but Metcalf or Moore would probably be my favorite picks here, assuming one of them makes it to me. Okay, we're going London. It's rather obvious, and we're hoping to just go with chalk in the next round. Drake London it is. Next one here. This is the one we got sniped on. we went over this one before. Our plan was we took Montgomery. Our plan was to easily have Roma Dunze fall to us here to build out this Chicago stack. And he was taken. So that play's kind of blown up. That's okay. We do have a Detroit Chicago thing going on here. There's another Detroit player up here too with our first pick also. We got to make a different plan. My plan actually, I had queued up Kittle. I got a lot of Kittle, but if he fell this far and I got Debo, it would make sense. It would be a little unfortunate because we did want to get the three tight end build with likely being one of the tight ends. And if we got Kittle, it wouldn't make as much sense to do that. So I'm kind of glad that Kittle was taken and I didn't have to take him. We need to figure out what to do with this pick. I feel like if we go based on ADP, we got Hopkins. There's another Green Bay player here, and I had a Seattle player queued up to take in the next round, which kind of makes sense still if I want to. If I take Watson here, then Smith and Jigba in the next pick, it's going to open up two more possible stacks for me. And then I can just try to push things around, who's the first one of those ones? And then I also have the Detroit thing going on too here with Montgomery and St. Brown too. So really, if we line things up based on ADP, I'd have Love, and then I have maybe Purdy for Debo Samuel if I want to just kind of give me all the options, right? Love, then Purdy, then Goff, then Williams. So I have like all these quarterbacks here, and all I need is one of them to drop, and then we're good. And then down here, I'd have Geno Smith. That's if I did get JSN as like my emergency quarterback if things don't go according to plans. If things don't go according to plans, I can also, stack up the Seattle team. Also, there's some late picks to get in that they got Lockett, they got their tight end. They also have Charbonnet. So there's a lot of players to stack up there in the upcoming rounds. So I think the best pick here, and based on rank, look at this. So this is another one where, right, we had this debate earlier, Worthy or Watson. I got Watson or Worthy rated higher. He's going higher, especially at not here. He's not going higher. He's going before Worthy, but I believe in like underdog. Worthy's going maybe earlier. I kind of spoke in the last one of how Watson has maybe as much upside depending on how things break in Green Bay. They got some interesting pieces, right? And Watson is, if he wasn't injured at all, I imagine he would have been going a lot higher, right? Because he was scoring touchdowns at a decent clip when he was on the field. I'm gonna get Worthy a lot. In that other one, I took Watson as well. I didn't know that I'd be taking Watson again right here. But I think Watson's the right pick here because if I go Worthy, I lose out on an option of flexibility, and it makes me a little more quick to pull the trigger on one of these other guys. But if I take Watson, it opens up more possibilities at quarterback and more stacks after that too. In that I got Watson, you got Wicks, you got Musgrave. You can get their number 2 tight end, maybe with like the last pick or second to last pick or something like that. I think maybe going a little bit earlier in these ones, but pretty late and get their number 2 tight end. Also, I am building out a 3 tight end build. It would be kind of scary to get Hawkinson in here as like a Green Bay, Minnesota, because I think Green Bay plays Minnesota in the last round. But I do need another running back eventually, and I can get Ty Chandler or something like that. And maybe if I miss out on things, Hawkinson is a play. I don't think so, but we're gonna go. I feel pretty good about Watson here, and I'm just gonna try to push these quarterbacks around because it's going to be Watson here. If things go to corner plans at 92, we're going to get We'll take JSN if he's still available. And I almost click the draft button. Let's remove Caleb Williams for now. Let's also remove Xavier Worthy for now. And after the JSN pick at 92, we get to 101. Unless things go weird and I get concerned about it, I might, if he's still available, I might pass on Jordan Love. That one's a tough one to pass on though. Whatever. I might pass on Jordan Love and see if he can come back to me. And if he doesn't, then maybe Williams comes back. And if he doesn't, maybe Purdy comes back. And if he doesn't, we got Goff, maybe he comes back. So we're going to roll the dice. If there's something we like at 101 that we can take instead, we'll see if we can kind of roll the dice a little bit and get something happen for us. We'll just kind of evaluate the board and see what's going on. But that's kind of the plan, I think. And it'll be interesting to see what happens. It would be sweet. I think I'd be rooting for Love just because I can build out a pretty mean Green Bay stack still because of the players that are left. That also makes it harder to push Love around. So we'll have to look and see when we get there. But we're gonna go. Well, let's look really quick. We're gonna look really quick. See if that changes our mind at all. Where's Reed at? Reed's actually right here. He does have a QB already in Patrick Mahomes. At the, what was that pick? So that's pick 8, round 8, I mean, is going this way. Oh, okay. So that works out well though, right? Because I'm not taking him here. I'm going to pass Reed up. We're going to be going to the left, back to the number 1 team in the 8th round. And at pick 92, I can pass on Love. Reed is on the other side of the board, so I don't have to worry about the direct correlation getting taken. And then we can see that 2 of the teams got QBs. And they got like other stacks. And this guy's got Josh Jacobs if you wanted to correlate that one. He's got Ayuk though, so he might be more prone to like do a San Francisco thing. And this guy here in the number 2 hole has CeeDee Lamb, so he might be looking for Dak, who I think is still available. He's also got some other things opened up, a lot of things opened up. So there's a chance that something like this works. We're going to try it and see what happens. See if it was the right decision or not to do that. Watson, then JSN, and then see if like Love comes back to us at the 101. If not, we're trying to find someone else. I think that's a good plan. We'll find out. We'll reevaluate though. Okay. Watson it is again. And we're starting our Chicago, Green Bay, Detroit, and then potentially Seattle thing here. Last one. Okay, this is the one we had a bunch of running backs to choose from. Pick 116 based on ADP. Spears is usually going 109. We got Brian Robinson, who I targeted a ton in a lot of the other drafts, especially like the sit and go drafts. Already got my QBs built out in this one. This is round 10. So this is an interesting one here because I only have 4 wide receivers through 10 or through 9 so far. This is round 10. And if I take a running back here, I'll only have 4 wide receivers through 10, which is what I've said is not ideal. I think I'm going to do it still. I didn't invest anything in running back until like round 7. I think it was. Let's see here. Where's Zamir White? Yeah, round 7 and 8 is when I took my running backs. And so I can afford around 7, 8 when I took my running backs. And I started the draft with wide receiver, tight end, wide receiver. And then I avoided the wide receivers in round 6. And I think I'm still going to avoid the wide receivers here. gonna take my third running back. I'm pretty sure. And then after I take my third running back, it's a matter of what running backs are left over, if any. And if there aren't, that's when I think we take Mitchell in the next round, just slightly before like the ADP, to pair up with Richardson and get some exciting explosiveness and make sure I get that fifth wide receiver, as soon as possible. And then I actually have Freiermuth queued up here too, because if he fell past his ADP, I believe at that point in time, I'd have this interesting Pittsburgh thing going on with Warren, Pickens, and Freiermuth. And then do I don't know. I don't need to take the Pittsburgh QB. It doesn't really make any sense on this build to do it. But I guess if I liked the rest of my team and Fields or Russell Wilson dropped really far, maybe we do it just because we got all the Pittsburgh guys. What's unfortunate is I have no Kansas City Chiefs on this team, and they're playing Pittsburgh in the final in week 17. So, and then I got the Detroit stack without any San Francisco 49ers, which I don't know why it's ending up that way, but things just aren't going well with some of these like the back stacks. But whatever. I think the stack with the team stack's more important. So I got Spears or Robinson in my top two. I got Robinson with a slightly higher rank. I got Spears with the higher ADP. I think I got Robinson ranked higher, but there's concern if he's going to get any targets. This is DraftKings. It's 1 point PPR. Spears was catching a lot of balls last year. They might pass more. Does he catch as many balls this year, if not more? He's got more target competition at running back, though, because Pollard can catch the football as well. So there's some questions there on, what role Spears, I mean, maybe not his role, but like, how does it expand? Yeah, I guess there's a question of his role, right? Like, how does it expand? I do have McLaurin here, but it's hard for me to. I think I'm gonna go. I got Spears actually at the top here, just because I think I queued him up based on why I queue him up Spears and then Robinson. I queued him up Spears and Robinson probably because I thought Spears would go, but I'm not taking Spears that much in most cases. I don't think. He is 109. It's now 116, so he fell way past ADP. Robinson's 113. Oh, okay. Robinson's 113. If I wanted to go with this like crazy fragile build, I could take Spears here. There's probably a better chance that Robinson makes it back around to me, possibly. Let's see. I mean, they'd have to be going with like 2 running backs each type of thing. This guy might take 2 running backs in this round, but it doesn't mean he's got to take the guy that I'm interested in. He could, who knows who he's going to take, really. Can we just, so he's only got 1 quarterback. He's got Kirk, who I think might be the only player that he has, only wide receiver he has left to stack. And then he could get like Wicks, so like Kirk and Trevor Lawrence and Wicks here. So he might not get a running back. He might take 2 running backs. He's got 2 studs, so he might decide to still push running backs further and try to build out wide receivers. He's only got 3 of them, so he kind of needs to make that happen. And then this guy here in the number 1 hole has a balanced team for the most part. He took Anchor and Williams, and then he's got Pollard here. So he could do whatever he wants here for the most part. Is Dak's gone, right? Yeah, Dak's gone. I was going to say he'd definitely be taking Dak if he was available. He's probably not taking a quarterback based on who is. He's probably not taking a quarterback. Yeah. Stafford, 135 if you wanted to pair it with his running back, which isn't the greatest. So I could see him taking a running back also. So there's a slight chance that Robinson makes it back to us. If Robinson makes it back to us, we might just go take him also, Spears and Robinson, and then make it like a 5 running back room with the first running back in the 7th round. That'd be interesting. We might miss out on Mitchell. Maybe not though. He could fall. There's no reason for anyone to really take him or be super excited about taking him. But in this one here, we're gonna take Spears, see if we can get the fall on Robinson as he is protected by Singletary at least. And then some people might like Ford more. Some people might like Cora more just because he's been getting some buzz. That guy in the number 1 hole might want to do a handcuff of his number 2 pick, right? Something like that. At 125, I could also take Chris Brown, who's there at 127. That'd be an interesting pick also. But I feel like getting AD Mitchell is the better correlation with Richardson, and then Frymuth would be the better with the Pittsburgh guys. And having a core of Spears, White, and Warren is nice. And then we hit some guys down here like Chandler and Lloyd, Wright. Can we get 1 or 2 of these guys? Does Dowdle fall? Probably not. But we could get like again Miller, Chandler, Lloyd, Wright. Those would be interesting plays. Vidal would be an interesting play. Even like Gibson is a good solid play to get you yardage. I do have the Detroit guys. So getting someone like Eli Mitchell would be nice on this team to get a little bit of correlation and at a position I might need at that point in time also with Detroit. When does Pearsall go on these ones? He goes right here at 162. So we might be looking at Pearsall also to get a wide receiver that correlates with Detroit. So we got a lot of options here, and Pearsall might work as far as where he is going at 162. Got Josh Downs. If I want to go 2 wide receivers in Indy, you don't necessarily need to do that. I think AD Mitchell's the guy that you want in this one. Okay, we're gonna go Spears here. Last note, I could see Robin. If you're saying like let's correlate Robinson with McLaurin, maybe not. I don't know. I don't think it matters a whole lot. If we do or we don't, we're not going to do it. We're going to see if he comes back to us. Spears it is. Boom. Okay. There's our 4 drafts. Let me know what you think. See you on the next one. Peace.